our boat has now been in the water for 18 months and it's about time it come out for some maintenance.
Right, so we're at Dickie's Marine Services, where they're going to basically lift us out of the water, put us on some stands, we can paint the bottom, and the thing I've been wanting to do for a very long time is actually change the pitch of the props, which will bring our cruise RPM down, and also go a bit faster, won't it, top end. While we're out of the water, we've actually got a few issues that we could address. We've actually got some leaky water pumps. Could do that in the water, but our stopcocks won't close properly. So we can't take the water pumps off, otherwise we could sink the boat coming. So we're going to do quite a few jobs, so let's get lifted out. I've just asked him if he want a hand, but like, he said no.
So I thought it was going to be dirtier than it is. Just a bit slimy. Yeah. Tell you what, there's definitely worse places to take your boat out of the water.
Yeah.
The view is awesome here.
Yeah. And we got to see a boat which we've been watching on YouTube, Steel Melody.
Oh, we didn't show you. We just walked past it and didn't even
Yeah,
film
come
anything.
on, let's go quick. I like that boat. Nothing about it, don't know anything about it, but
You like
it's
the
cold,
look
doesn't
of
it? Looks good.
Good size.
Right, so they're now jet washed there. It's going to go and put them on some stands now. Right, so we're now on stands now. Free to go at it and do all the jobs. So what's our first job, Jem?
We need to take the props off because we need to take them over to Castle Marine to get them repitched, and we don't know how long it's going to take them to do it. So while we're working on everything else, we can be waiting on these.
So we've got a bit of growth on them, but apart from that, not too bad.
Well, we've lost our rudder anode and our shaft anode, so we were definitely overdue coming out the water.
Yes.
Right, get these props off.
Oh, that's loose. Could that be the little noise? We had a little tinkle noise.
Oh, sorry.
It's scaring me, that. Where are we going to put that one? We can definitely lose it.
Give it to me and I won't lose it.
Not too tight, but not too loose. Was that meant to come off that easy?
Yeah, it's only a big washer.
We hauled on them last time. So, do we have to like set up pullers and stuff, or can we just hit these off?
These props don't want to come off. Is this plan B?
Plan B, tried the hammer.
So we've got a jack from the car with some chain wrapped around the prop, and now we're trying to jack it up.
I think we might be repitching our own props here.
It's going to be more than 8 inches, isn't it?
Right, so I'm just going to take the rope cutters off, give me a bit of better access to hit it. Yes!
Woohoo!
Car jack, heat on a hammer,
And a chain.
and a chip.
What else would be warm?
That was heavy, that.
And a burns package.
And a punch to put through the chain, which I didn't think was going to work, but it did.
Right, so the props are off and they are now delivered to Castle Marine, so hopefully they'll come back correct. So let's crack on with the rest of the work.
Right, so we've got a few problems. We've got water leaks, all sorts. So what I do is take all the heat exchangers off. In between all the heat exchangers, loads of hoses. So we're going to be replacing them with nice silicone hoses. We've got some new through holes, because one of these doesn't close properly. Got some shaft anodes. Anyway, right, what we need to do is not completely, take the engines apart. So we're just going to take all the exchangers off them. Okay, so all the hoses and everything's a bit crusty. All the paint's coming off it. And we've got a leak on the turbo to the manifold. So we've got to take the turbos off to change the gasket. So we're going to strip as much down as we can. Probably on the water pumps are leaking. So let's get to taking it apart. One air filter. Away. This one here is the gearbox oil cooler. See right through. It's
Yeah,
clear.
that's a good sign.
Yes. Two more bolts. I'm going to take the charge cooler off now. I think that's what it's called. If it's in a car, it'd be called a charge cooler. But like an intercooler, but cooled by seawater. If she comes off. Wow.
That was close.
It's having a wee on me. Tip it into the bilge, I think. Very nice. We'll have a good look at those. Right, I think we need to tape these holes up, don't we? We don't want anything going down in there. Right, what's next? I think we do the turbo next. Yes. That's a big boy. Right, so one of our main problems with this boat was leaking water because it's jacketed. This whole turbo is jacketed. It was leaking water here, which isn't good. But it's okay, we've got some new gaskets.
So before we come out the water, I priced up the replacement gaskets there for the turbo. That's all it is a gasket. And they were 160 quid each. Each! And I was like, there is no chance in hell I am paying 160 quid, 320 quid for 2 gaskets. So Simon got to work on the computer and designed one. So we 3D printed it out. That's not the gasket we're using. And then I sent it to a company that does CNC cutting, SI UK on Instagram. And they have made us some new lovely copper gaskets. So instead of just getting 2, I thought, well, we may as well get 4. So we've got spares. And for 4 gaskets out of copper was 40 quid. Just a no-brainer, isn't it? So it's good to be able to have these sort of skills where you can produce something on the computer, on CAD, and send it off to just get made, because saved us a hell of a lot of money.
See, you join me now at a bad time. I'm just sort of like butchering this old gasket trying to get it off, but it's been leaking proper. And it's stuck. Getting too old for this. So this is the one here that wouldn't turn off properly. Yeah, so look down the bar. Oh, look at that. The thing's bent. So when we go to the stop position, so there's the well, it's 45. So you can't really tell when you're down there, but you see it's bent. Oh well, we've got some nice new ones anyway.
So is that why it was letting water through then?
Yeah, because we just set the pumps off it, but I'm sure the new ones have got a bigger bore than that. No, maybe not. Yes, they have, look. Wow. We did buy some high flow inlets. More water.
That one got you.
Well, look. It's got some writing on the back. Didn't even see that. Port 300 horsepower. Cool. We'll tip it in the build, shall we? Surprisingly heavy. Right then, they're in about 1 million pieces now. So we've got a starboard side box and we've also got a port side box. Got all the coolers off. Got the charge air cooler off. Got the big old turbo off. The size of that thing. So I can always put my fist in there. So I think one of the best plans now is to take all this back to the workshop and clean it all up. Okay then, so I've got all my parts out now at the workshop. Gonna give them all a quick pre-clean. Gonna give them a quick jet wash, just get all the grub off them because they're pretty dirty, aren't they? So, right, let's get the jet wash out. Right then, so they're all degreased. Took a bit longer than I expected, but hey. Right, we need to start cleaning all these parts up now. Right, there's a load of the brass and steel coolant pipes cleaned up. So I've not gone full mint on them. It's kind of pointless, isn't it? Find the paint. All we need to do is make the paint stick. It's not a concourse boat, is it? It's not going to any shows. It's meant to look nice, don't we? Right, so what I'm going to do is transfer all these over now to the set up like a painting board, so we can start getting some primer on these, and we can continue cleaning the other parts up once we prime these. Yeah. So you should really use panel white, but I haven't got any. Bit of super unleaded. That's what I used to use when we were painting cars and stuff. Well, not super unleaded, but just petrol. Right, first coat of primer is on. So before we start cleaning up these parts, what we need to do is make some new gaskets. Before we make new gaskets, we need to get the old ones off. Okay, so now I've selected a suitable piece of gasket paper. You can get this on Amazon. I'm just going to work our way around. Call this one number one, and put a forward arrow. The reason I'm labelling them is because all these castings could potentially be different. So we've now got a matched gasket to this casting. There you go, we've got 4 nicely matched gaskets to each individual casting. So rather than me sanding away at these for hours, I'm going to try some paint stripper. Don't know if it'll get this stuff off, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. Right, I'll give that 10 minutes, and if it doesn't do anything, even read the instructions, I did do it correctly, but let's see if it works. Right, let's go and see if this paint stripper has done what it says on the tin. No. Oh, maybe a tiny bit there. So actually, it did actually work a tiny bit. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll let these dry, I'm going to put the whole tin on it, then leave it as long as I can. So the next thing on the agenda is the main heat exchanger, which cools the cooling water for the engine. So I'm going to pull this off, and there should be loads of copper tubes inside. We're going to make sure and see if all of them are clear. So I can see 2 block tubes. Don't know if you guys can see, but so all them tubes are like your fins in your radiator on your car. So like when you're going down the road in your car, all the air's rushing past, but we've got no movement of air, have we? Like in the engine room on a boat. So obviously we use the raw water to cool the engine. But if we've got some block tubes, then it's not working as efficient as it could be, and it could lead to future problems, couldn't it? So apparently what people use is brick cleaner. Hang on, I've got it somewhere. Some brick and patio cleaner from our local builder's yard. Apparently this is the stuff to use because it gets rid of all the sort of the limescale and cement and stuff like that. So similar stuff. So I'm going to dilute this. It says 2 to 1. So I'm going to mix it up first, 2 to 1, and I'm going to pour it in there and let it soak. So I've got some extra long pipe cleaners, which I thought you could like. Right, it's fizzing away. I'm kind of guessing that means it's working. Don't know, fizzing, creating thing. I spilled some on the floor before and it fizzed. Got some on my hands and it stung, so I've been wearing gloves. I think I'll leave that over dinner now till I do his magic. So I'm not sure if you can see, but there is quite a bit of crap in there. So I think it has actually done something. Only time will tell. Obviously, we didn't have any problems. The only reason I stripped all this down is because I thought there'd be a lot of blockages, just because of the age of the boat, really. Everything's checking out. Everything's like really good condition. No broken bolts, nothing. All the alley's good. Sort of come to my attention before. I think the fizzing we saw was my anode, so definitely got to change the anodes again. But that's pence, isn't it? Right, I'm going to give these a good hose out now to get rid of all that acid stuff. Right, so while I've been doing the coolers, I've been leaving this to soak in the paint stripper. It's been soaking for about 2 hours. Looks like it's doing a bit more, so I think it's just a bit of a slow process. Right, let's give it a jet wash. Seems to be working. Right, so quick break from painting and preparing all the parts. We've got a phone call saying that our props are ready. So we're at Castle Marine. Beautiful backdrop of Carnarvon Castle in the background. Fantastic. Right, let's go and see these props.
They're definitely cleaner than when we brought them.
Oh, cool.
So my job is to prep the hull ready for anti-fouling. Now the jet wash isn't really touching it. So I found the easiest way to clean it off is just with some Scotch-Brite. And I'm doing it wet so we're not getting all the paint dust. And just a little bit of Scotch-Brite cleans that green off really well. So I'm going to start at the front, work my way around. Suck it in, the camera's on.
Apologise for the lack of clothes, but it's very hot.
Well, it's also because we own boats and can't afford clothes.
Yeah, we can't afford decent clothes anymore, so yeah, I have to wear my best to work anyway. Alright, so what I've been doing, I've been prepping all the gaskets so that we can properly seal them up so we can jet wash. But before we jet wash, I'm just giving the engines a hoover. Because like in the valleys, down there, it's all full of like flaky paint and trash. Just give it a quick hoover. Right, so I've taped up everything that can like potentially get water inside the engine where we don't want the oil. But we don't want the water like in the oil or the fuel. Not bothered about the coolant passages, but right, time to start getting it cleaner.
What's wetter, you or the engines?
Well, I could definitely say that I've wet my pants, can't I? You like? It's had a washing line on the way home. Right, they look a bit better. I think what we need to do now is let them dry, don't we? So in this heat it won't take too long, but I think we'll go back to the workshop, finish off the prep on the other stuff. We've got some water pumps to sort out, and then we'll come back and then we'll reassemble it all. Okay, so back at the workshop now. Let's have a look at these water pumps. So if you remember, it was leaking a lot. That shaft is not meant to wobble in there. So because it's wobbling, it means the bearing's gone, doesn't it? And the bearing would have gone because the seal's gone, then it's leaked salt water across the bearing. We did find some service kits for it, but they were, I can't remember how much they were, 150 quid a pump. And then hypothetically, I can't remember the exact number, but these are about £200 for a new pump. So we thought, instead of messing around with the old ones, for the extra 50 quid or so, it kind of makes more sense to actually fit a new pump than to fix the old ones. And all the casting's brand new, everything's brand new. So what we've got to do now is strip the old pump down so we can start building the new one. Good job it's the old one. So the reason I've removed the cover is to get access to the back of the shaft, because we're going to be locking the pulley on this end. We want to put the load straight through the shaft and not the body, because it might damage the bearings in the seals. So I've set up a 13mm socket in the vise, which is now going to push on the shaft. So imagine with this rotation, so the water comes in this port here, and the water goes into here. It can't go that way because this is rotating this way, so it has to come round here, around these impellers. Then the space diminishes here, so we get less space for the water to go. So then it has to push it out of this port here. It's quite good to see it in action. So, but if you can see, like, there's some weird goings on around here with the impeller blades, but that's where it's been, because it was stored like this. Right, let's put the plate back on. So there you go, there's 2 fresh water pumps on the mounts. If I'm honest with you, I've completely run out of time to actually clean up the brackets and stuff like that, but you never see them right down in the depths. There's nothing wrong with them at all. Just haven't got any time. This is taking far too long. I'm up to like day 3.5 days now in the workshop just cleaning up all these parts.
So back at the boat, and we have a van full of very shiny white engine parts. Right, so it's not painting your boat time, it's painting your engines time. So come back when it's done.
Right, so while the first coat of primer is going off on the engine that Gemma's just done, she's going to assist me to put these in. So we're putting some high flow inlets for the raw water. So we're going to go along and it's going to scoop up water and help the pump it. So, very nice. Put a bit of glue on them. Beautiful. Right, we need to I'll go and tighten the nut up now on the other side. You should see that squeeze.
So there we go. Engines are a bit whiter.
Very white.
Yeah. So now I can peel all my tape off. Oh, look how yellow them old stickers look now.
They're almost as white as my t-shirt. While Gemma's been painting, I've been outside finishing off scrubbing all the green off the anti-foul. I should have painted, to be honest with you. Right, so I'm going to start reassembling these engines. Can you remember how the engines go back together, Gemma?
I didn't take them apart, so I'm going to go outside and do the anti-foul. Don't scratch my paint job.
Which one? This one or that one?
Oh, that's your paint job.
Get it the right way. It's they're amazingly heavy, these, but it's pure copper. Right, there goes. Without scratching.
So now I'm going to go down and I'm going to go and polish the shafts. So we've got a bit of growth on the shafts. So obviously that's not going to help, is it? As you're sort of going through the water, that could slow us down. So what I'm going to use is a bit of a wire wheel on the drill, see if we can clean it up.
Coolers are now on. Now it's time for the thermostat housing. I'm a little bit upset. I bought all these very fancy hoses, got lots of them. The first one will come to fit. So the end I measured was this one, so it fits that beautifully. Probably slightly slack, but then it just drops on here. That's not very good, is it? So it looks like we'll have to use the old one for now. I can see about sending these back though and getting the size down, or see what sizes they do. Okay, time for the turbo. A beautiful copper gasket. First red pipe, tightening it up. Right, so now I've got the turbo on, got a little piece of hose, got the mixer pipe here on. So now what we need to do is put the cooler on. A little bit of glow. This is high temp RTV. I mainly got it to do the turbo gaskets. So while I've been beavering away doing the engines inside, what are you doing, Jam?
Painting the boat.
Paint your boat time?
Yeah. It's not the comfiest working on stones. So I'm just going around now and just painting like all the chine lines and all the detail stuff. And then I'm going to get the big roller out and hopefully just be able to stand up and just roller it on. That's the plan. I've got to say, painting anti-foul isn't my favourite job. It's horrible being under the boat, but that side is done. So now, onto this side. That's done, so time to peel off the tape. That's a satisfying bit of painting, isn't it? Right, shaft anode time. So you've got to think about your anode placement. You can't have it up the shaft because if your shaft ever goes out of sort of thingy, it's quite a heavy weight on the shaft. Technical, yes. Your shaft anodes should be fitted 10mm away from your cutlass bearing. So they're going to go there. Done. How are you getting on?
It's looking good, isn't it?
It is looking,
it's looking really good.
Really, really good.
Yeah. There's a few slight technicals. Basically, the boost pipe goes from the turbo to the cooler. It's a lot thicker walled, the new pipe, so my T-clamps won't fit. So we've now just ordered some more of those. We've ordered some new hoses to go on there. They might not be here for a while, so I might have to put the old ones back on. But
what's wrong with them ones?
These, I think someone ordered them wrong.
Oh, okay.
Make a trumpet out of these ones. What else have we ordered? I can't remember. Bits of stuff anyway, because I need to make a little link pipe here because I've got a 45. That's the water outlet. But yeah, I'm a bit tired. Bit is quite an understatement, but it's looking really good. But conduit all over it.
What's the black stuff at the top?
This is grip tape because whenever we've got the engine hatches open, we always walk from here to here. Rather than making the leap of faith and jumping, you can step on here quite nicely. It's not going to damage the paint and you're not going to slip. So yeah, and I put some on the exhaust here as well.
So unfortunately, your parts aren't going to arrive for a couple of days.
Yes.
So we're going to go home and have some rest.
Yep.
And come back soon. And I think on the next video,
yep,
hopefully, it should be well enough to go back in the water.
If we put it back together right, that is.
We've still got to test that. So come back next time and see if Simon's put this engine together properly or not. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all soon. Bye.
Don't forget, if you've liked this, give it a like.
That's just obvious, isn't it? If you liked it, give it a like. There you get wise words from Simon there today. See you all soon.